2 on our countdown.
Nobody ever dreamed what was coming.
At the time, the Super Outbreak of 1974 was the worst tornado outbreak in U.S. history.
We actually saw the tornado as it was going through. We saw the black cloud, and it was swirling with debris, and of course you could see the electrical lines snapping and so on. This one was just mammoth, and it was more like a trunk tree that actually came out of the sky.
In 24 hours, 147 twisters touched down in 13 states, cutting a combined path of more than 2,500 miles.
Prior to 2011, the 1974 Super Outbreak was the benchmark by which we judged all other tornado outbreaks. It held most of the records for destruction by tornadoes. Now it still has several of those. That has the most killer tornadoes for any tornado outbreak, and the most that were rated F4 or F5, nowadays EF4 or EF5.
6 F5 twisters, with wind speeds up to 300 miles per hour, hit cities from Alabama to Ohio. Among the worst hit during the outbreak, the city of Xenia, Ohio. The F5 tornado cut a path 31 miles long, demolishing about half the buildings in the city of 27,000. 300 homes were destroyed, 9 churches were damaged, and 7 of the 12 schools in the city were totaled. 32 people were killed, and more than 1,300 treated for injuries.
And when we went to town, everything was blown away. I mean, for about a block or two, just wiped away. My house, my mother's house was blown away.
The final numbers of the great tornado outbreak of 1974 were staggering. Over 300 dead, 5,500 injured, and over $1 billion in damage.
It just makes you realize how fleeting life is. Because when you're 30 and 40 years old, you don't think about dying.
The lasting legacy of the Super Outbreak was the research that came afterwards.
The 1974 Super Outbreak was not only studied by meteorologists, but also by teams of engineers, and that really began the process of evaluating whether or not we were assessing tornado wind speeds properly, ultimately leading to what is now the enhanced Fujita scale, that engineers basically say that most homes, it doesn't take 200 mile per hour winds or higher to destroy them. Prior to that, the original Fujita scale said that it might be over 300 miles per hour to do that.